In accordance with the requirements of the open meeting law, please be advised that this meeting is being recorded and broadcast. Recorded over the Luna Public Access channel on Facebook Live on the Public Access Facebook page, which is https://www.facebook.com/lunenburg-public-access-kalo-157-427-975-305/. Recording can be found at the Lunenburg Access YouTube channel after the meeting tomorrow. The meeting will be held in person at this location, which is the Ritter Building, lower level. Members of the public are welcome to attend this in-person meeting. Please note that while an option for remote attendance and/or participation is being provided as a courtesy to the public, the meeting will not be suspended nor terminated if technological problems interrupt the virtual broadcast, unless otherwise required by law. Members of the public with particular interest in a specific item on this agenda should make plans for in-person versus virtual attendance accordingly. For remote participation from a computer, please use the link that I read off to you. It's called Join Zoom Meeting, https://us02web.zoom.us/811-52002-194. Again, the meeting ID is 811-520-2194. From a telephone, dial the toll-free number 888-475-4499 and enter the webinar ID, which again is 811-5200-2194, followed by the pound sign. If you have not registered with Zoom, you'll be asked for your name and an email address. No participant ID is needed, just press the pound sign when asked. Telephone users may dial the *9 to request to speak after joining the meeting. Computer and app users may use the raise hand feature to request to speak. Let me read something else here that's supposed to be read. Additionally, please be advised that the town of Lunenburg utilizes the Zoom platform as its host for hybrid and remote meetings, that the Zoom platform utilizes AI technology known as AI Companion to create audio transcriptions of the meetings to aid in subsequent preparation of meeting minutes, and that AI Companion is activated immediately upon launching the Zoom application. You are hereby notified that this AI technology may capture audio prior to the start of the meeting and/or following the conclusion of the meeting. The agenda lists all topics which may be discussed at the meeting and those reasonably anticipated by the chair. Votes may be taken as a result of these discussions. Not all items listed may in fact be discussed, and other items not listed may also be brought up for discussion to the extent permitted by open meeting law. Hereby call us to order. Opening comments from the board? Ms. Kammer?
None.
None for me. Let's do the introductions. I should have done introductions. I'm Brian LaFond, the chair. Hi.
Sarah Kemmer.
And Linda Chaika, the assessor.
Thank you. Hearing no opening comments from the board, is there any public online looking for comments? Seeing none?
I see one participant.
Okay.
I don't know if that means that's us, but
If they don't have their hand up.
oh, no, there's no one.
Okay. Let's move right into the status report from the principal assessor.
Okay. I wanted to give you an update on growth. I was hoping to have the personal property growth completed, but our RC is still working on it. But at least on the residential, commercial, industrial, and growth with chapter land, the assessed growth is $27,324,570, and if I multiply that by our tax rate, it gives us a tax value of $392,380.83.
Again, what was the growth? It's 27 million?
$27,324,570. Yeah.
And that does not include what?
It does not include the personal property, and it does not include the 504s, the 500s, which is wire and cable and all that. So we had estimated 400,000, so we're obviously going to exceed that. And I'm hoping to have those numbers from RRC by next week, to have that finalized, so.
Oh, did you confirm with them recently?
Yeah,
That next week looks doable?
Robin called today. Yeah,
Fabulous.
yeah.
So that 27 million, that was for commercial?
That is residential,
Hmm.
commercial, industrial, and chapter land growth.
Thank you.
I did touch base with Mike Torello, and I ran an old versus new report, started going through that just to check and make sure there wasn't any large increases. So we started looking at that yesterday too. I didn't get to do anything because Denise and I were both at a class, so. But tomorrow we will look at that and go through it. It didn't look like there was that many, but that's something that we're gonna address, and then I'm gonna go over that with Mike Torello. And
From Vision.
from Vision Appraisal. As far as an update on the functional and economic obsolescence adjustments that I mentioned in the last meeting, we've completed all of our inspections, and we had a total of 33 functional. 14 of them were residential. We had 8 that was commercial, so Mike Torello is handling those adjustments or telling us if he's gonna make any adjustments on that. We had 1 town building that was exempt. And then we had completed 10 inspections of those, and then I have a breakdown. So we sent letters to everybody that had this adjustment. We sent a letter to them. We asked them to call the office so that we could do an inspection. Some of them had no rhyme or reason. If they had a valid reason, we kept the adjustment. If it wasn't a valid reason, we obviously wanted to do the inspection. If we didn't hear from the people via letter, we're just going to take the adjustment off. And I can go through that with you, but I do have a breakdown.
What's the cutoff for when you need to hear from them by?
The cutoff was August 15th.
Okay, so we
So
already
we've
know
already-
who we're gonna shut down.
Yeah, we do. I have 2 properties that had some very
Could you-
large,
Could you share a list of that with us?
I will.
When you get a chance?
yeah. I do have some information here. It's not really organized, but I do have it kind of broken down if you want to go through that. I don't know if you want to do it in
Probably not today. And we probably want to
executive.
do it in executive
That's what I was gonna
session
say.
because
Yeah,
while they're not, they are exemptions, I mean, essentially they're exemptions, so.
yeah. And some of these discounts, from what we could
Substantial.
tell, some of them were substantial. 2 of them were very large. And one of them, which I will go over, we thought maybe one of them was like a 40% discount on residential, and then a 20% economic for commercial. So we can't do anything with the 20% for the commercial because Mike Torello was looking at that, but with the 40% on the residential, there's no reason for it. We thought maybe we would change it maybe to 20 this year, reduce it to 20 next year, at least so that it's not a big hit to this property. But I can go over that in executive session.
On the one that is 20% that is commercial, ask Mike to pay particular attention to that one.
Yeah,
As long
I
as you
did.
haven't had a conversation with him, that's fine, as long as he's.
No, I have.
knows
I
much.
reminded him to look at those because he was gonna be,
We want to look at them all,
Yeah.
but pay particular attention to the really big one,
yeah,
if we could. So-
yeah. There was, that was one that I brought to his attention before.
Okay,
I did
then
remind
we
him.
already have.
Yeah, I reminded him
Already
the other day.
3 steps ahead of me, I'm okay with that.
Well, I did tell him that if you do make any changes, please let us know so that we can notify either the company or the residents,
Right.
because some of them are mixed use as well. So I said, just let us know,
Yep.
because this is what we've been doing with all the residential. We want people to be notified ahead of
Nobody
time.
needs to be surprised.
No, and what our plan is that once the changes are made, we are going to send a new letter and attach an updated property record card.
Oh, fabulous idea.
because then that way, and even for the people that didn't respond, we're still gonna do that. But the good thing is that I started a list of standard functional obsolescent adjustments, which is really what we need. It doesn't exist in any other town that I've been able to find with any other assessor. So basement access, just on the outside, is gonna be 5%. So anybody that doesn't have any interior access will be 5. We had one house that had no piping, like literally not livable, no heat, no hot water. Piping was torn out of the house. That was one that you inspected
So
with
it
Rena.
can't-
Yeah. That was granted a 20% discount as an abatement. We're keeping that kind of as a standard. And then we have one property that actually is a single-family home that's attached to a multifamily home, which is kind of a unique situation. And they have 2 separate lots, but they're attached. It's just kind of odd. I'm gonna give a 5% adjustment for that because they don't have the privacy aspect. And then if it's a structural issue, there's one house we went to that you could clearly tell that there's structural issues, 5% for that. Was one house that actually was granted a 20% discount in 2024 for mold.
Of those.
And I went back and inspected that, and the homeowner has sprayed it down with bleach, but still hasn't addressed the problem. So we're gonna actually request a cost to cure, because he needs to do something with the house. He was actually rebuilding the deck at the time I inspected it. So that is something that if he can give us a cost to cure, and at least,
What would we do with that?
well, at least we know he's going to fix it because he's been granted this adjustment for, it's just in the basement only.
If he gives us a cost to cure, there's no guarantee that he'll actually do the cure, right?
We'll follow up on that.
Okay.
We can give him a certain time period,
I'd say a year.
Yeah.
He's already had a year.
Yeah.
So, at least a year.
a year and a half,
So,
yeah.
cost to cure, and then next year we'll revisit, and if it's not cured, it comes off.
Yeah. So that's
At least, if that's the pleasure of the board, who exists at that point.
Yeah. So at least we're starting with some standards, and, because it is needed, consistency is needed, and
Yeah.
there hasn't been any of that, so that's
Good.
what we're trying to do. And then we had 96 economic obsolescent adjustments.
Okay, how many of those are residential?
16 were residential, 80 were commercial. And on the 80 that are commercial, we're waiting on word from Mike Trillo if those are gonna change, and we'll notify the businesses. Of the 16 residential, 6 of them we inspected, and I have the results of that. 2 of them were affordable units, so those were already receiving a 15%. That's typical of affordable. They're not market rate, so they're always discounted. And then 2 properties,
So that was their only,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, and that's valid.
Yep.
Because they're not market rate. And then 2 homes were in Leominster, and a certain percentage of the house was in Leominster, so discount was given based on that percentage, and both, they're actually being taxed by Leominster in addition, so those, I'll go over those with you, so those are kind of valid. And then 6
Those
of
at Whalen, or are they not?
yeah, they're right near the line. Yeah. And then 6 of them, we sent letters, received no callbacks, so we got a response on that.
What are we gonna do about those?
We're gonna take away the adjustment and send a letter with another property card. And then as far as standards on economic obsolescence, which again is the exterior of the house, if they have a commercial influence abutting the property with high traffic and all that, we're gonna warrant 10% for that. And then 10% if the property abuts the railroad tracks. We actually had 2 of them we went out to visit them last week, and we were there right when the railroad
Too many
tracks.
trains going through, yeah.
And everything was shaking, so. Even though it's quick, it's still,
Yeah, I know.
still kind of adverse. So that's kind of where we've started, at
Nice.
least with some standards. And again, I have a breakdown that I can go through. It's on like a spreadsheet that we put together, at least to give you an idea. So we were almost done with our portion of the residential. We're waiting on Vision to complete theirs.
And what's their latest projection?
Well, I know that the sales have been completed, the old versus new. It looks like they've made some adjustments. I'm just not sure what point they're at. And Mike Torello from Vision wasn't sure, so he said, I'll have to let you know. But he's starting his commercial adjustments, so. Yeah, so their deadline is September 30th, so.
Yeah, it's coming up
It's coming
fast.
up, but they told me they would be on time, so,
And they're still saying that?
yeah,
Okay.
nothing's changed. Yeah. And we've been communicating with them all along the way with these adjustments because we don't obviously want to do anything to delay their process, what they're doing. Yeah, so we're moving forward with that.
I want to congratulate you on becoming way more proactive than we've seen in this town in forever
Oh,
on some of this stuff. Not only cleaning up the messes that were there, but now trying to figure out how we get ahead of it. So I honestly, every time you say, oh yeah, we've already done this and we've got that and we've sent these off, I was like, proactive, nice.
yeah,
It's refreshing.
we're making some headway. We have more to go. I mean,
Well,
we
it's,
have to.
as we know, it's
Yeah.
It
never
took
ending.
20-something years to get,
Yeah,
It did.
and again, some of these things have. We don't know how long these adjustments
yeah.
have
Who
been.
put them in, why they put them in, how long they've been there, we don't know any of that stuff. All we can do is say, we can correct it. And-
Yeah.
And identifying them, getting ahead of them, that's fabulous, thank
Yeah.
you.
And I just want people to know that I had gone out to a.
And I'm not just blowing smoke, by the way. If I weren't satisfied, I'd tell you.
I know you did.
As you can attest.
But Denise and I had inspected a couple of the properties on the lake, and we came across a very upset homeowner. And I had told him, I said, we're just out here verifying data, and I just want people to know that we are fair and equitable. We're doing our job, and if anybody has any questions or issues before the bills go out, I've encouraged them to call the office.
Yep.
We'll give them a record card, and we're willing to do an inspection and work with people, because that's kind of what we've done with all of these functional and economic obsolescence
Nice.
factors. And even with some of the exemptions too. I had one of the senior meetings, I had a woman that came in and applied for it, and I looked at the record card and went out and did the inspection, and she actually, her grade was too high, and there was some things on the card that weren't accurate, so I had completed the inspection and she qualified for it. If she didn't question that and request the inspection, she wouldn't have been granted it. So it's good that people call us and question stuff, so. Yeah, and last time we talked about the chapter land,
Yes.
we had put in the above average. I went and did some research, and in the past it was kind of all over the place, but I went with average because in the past it appears that a lot of them were average. So I think it's better just to, again, to be consistent.
If you're grading on a bell curve, then most of them have to be average.
Yeah.
You can't have the vast majority of them be above average, which appeared to be the case,
Yeah.
at least from what we were looking at last time.
So I corrected those
Thanks.
because I didn't want any large increases. This is the sales report. I know we talked about that. last time.
Is that what, the sales report?
That's just a sales report.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that on
it
the
the-
agenda.
Is
Yeah.
that the one we already
Is
looked
that
at?
one?
We're still doing the status report. Is there
Okay.
anything else?
Yeah, that wasn't, okay, yeah, that is, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So other than that, I'm jumping the gun. Other than that, we're just, continuing to do the inspections. The RFP for the neighborhood review has been submitted. So we'll see, I think the deadline is September 15th. We'll see if we have any vendors that,
Right.
yeah, that's gonna be a lot of work. So I was kind of hoping that if we can have somebody at least do the whole reclassification of the neighborhoods, maybe we could do the inspections in-house, just so, again, so that we have consistency, but we'll see what happens with that.
It's
A little premature.
mostly the redefinition of the neighborhoods
That's the challenging portion.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everything else after that is execution.
And I wonder too if some of the reclassification requires inspections, because some of the neighborhoods seem based on old buildings,
Yes.
not the new construction. So I think it's going to be hard to separate them like that.
Right,
Yeah.
Very hard, actually.
right.
It was something like when we were looking at the geographic distribution and we pulled up a couple of houses, there were some historic things that made sense, but because we're not, I don't know all of the houses in town and I'm not inspecting them either.
Yeah.
We could not do anything else. So I think it's optimistic to think they can do that without involving inspections.
Right.
Yeah,
There'll have to be some.
they're gonna have to probably drive around, like the day that I went and drove around. It's amazing, you could kind of just tell where it should be divided just based on driving around and looking at different areas, but
I think there's gonna have to be a lot of dialogue back and forth between you and whomever's doing it,
yeah,
because they're gonna have to coordinate inspections with you.
yeah. And we will notify residents when that does happen. I'm just hoping that they'll be able to maybe just do the inspections by driving by at this point. And then the site indexes will be.
Drive-by inspection is better than no inspection.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, I could get a glance at the neighborhood.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly, and if you're, right, if you're looking at these criteria to define the neighborhood, then does this fit the criteria? Great, thanks.
yeah.
It's
so
not a full inspection, it's just, yeah. Okay, anything else?
That's it.
I was hoping during the status report you'd talk a little bit about the senior means tested exemption status.
Yeah, I think I have that on as a.
I didn't see it as an agenda
Oh,
item.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no.
That's why I was hoping you'd do it now.
Okay. We have 8
8.
applicants.
Okay.
Go nuts.
Yep,
8 applicants.
8 applicants.
At your first glance, they all look like they will probably qualify.
Yeah,
This is not a full review, obviously, you're gonna have to go through.
we
the
have to
full
go
review.
through, we have to go through. I know Robin has been taking them in, looking at them, and asking some questions, so. Yeah, so I think, I haven't had a chance to go through them all, and actually the deadline is today, so.
It is, so they're done.
We will, and if one is mailed and it's postmarked, we'll obviously honor that, so.
Right.
Maybe there'll be,
Mail-in voting? I would support that.
yeah,
So, but if it's not here by Monday, clearly it's not.
I mean, I often postmark things because I can't get to hear when it's open.
Right. I have no problem with people using the US Postal
Yeah.
Service. So we have 8 and could, possibly 1 or 2 might
Maybe
show
1
in
or
the
2.
mail, but who knows? And what was the number that we could support to get to 1%? Do you recall what the number was? It was-
it's 2730.
Yeah, I know the amount. I
But it's
just
based
didn't-
on the levy, whatever the levy is, that hasn't been determined yet.
Oh, we do it, no, we have to do it based on last year's levy. We can't do it on next year's levy because we won't know what it is.
So,
So clearly the process needs to say last year's levy.
let me look at what,
And I thought we came up with a number, but don't recall what the number was.
I did come up with a number likewise.
I'll have to get back to you. on
It was
that.
way more than 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think,
that's sort of what I wanted to get
in my
to.
mind, I thought it was around 20, but
I thought it was 64, but I'm
Okay.
just picking that out of thin air. So.
Well, I'll verify that.
we have vastly different numbers in our
Just
heads.
came out of here, so
Well, I'm glad you're gonna look that up.
I'll look that
if you
up.
could just.
So I'll look up last year's levy.
Send us a note and tell us how many, well, you calculated how many we might do based upon that amount.
Yeah,
I thought it was quite a few.
It was a larger number than 20.
I had 32 million in my head, but I don't know. I don't wanna, I need to verify that. I'm not
well,
sure.
now I'm on camera with a very
1%
low
of-
number.
1% to 32 million would be.
Maybe I thought we would get like 20.
You might have thought we were
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
to 20. We look like.
I'm wondering where I came up with that number.
Just off the top.
Yeah.
If our levy was 32 million and we were looking at 27 something,
It's 2730.
then we're looking at about 120 to 130 we could have supported.
Yeah.
In fact, we're gonna wind up doing 10 or less.
Yeah, I probably guessed 20 applicants or something.
Maybe we'll have this.
And you know, once people get wind of it in the future, there may be more applicants. So I'm happy that we have that capability
room.
to give a break to some of those people who absolutely need it.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that only 8
Yeah.
or 10 took advantage.
If
this
we
year.
have 10, it'll be $27,300. It's not a lot of money.
It's
but-
off the top of.
Yeah.
And what happens is, for those of you who are watching, that reduction in the taxes for these people gets spread out amongst everybody else. The amount is gonna amount to cents, not dollars,
Yeah.
for most people. So, and we can help people stay in their homes for a while longer.
And after that presentation at the senior center, we had quite a few people calling and coming in, so that was great. People were watching the video.
But we only got 8
We only got
actual
8.
applications.
But-
One or two of which we had beforehand.
Yeah, we had 2 before the presentation.
I think it'll change over time.
Yeah.
As people become familiar with it,
Yeah.
right?
We did have, I think, maybe 2 people that came in that were not granted the circuit breaker by the tax preparer, and we're gonna look into that. And I don't know, sometimes tax preparers don't suggest stuff like that,
If
so.
they don't have a circuit breaker, we can't
Yeah, we
give
can't.
them the break. And they need to get it for next year.
Unless they can amend it. Well, actually, they can't amend it in time
Too
for
late.
this year. It's too late anyway,
Our
so.
application
Unfortunately.
date was
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
I actually heard someone last week say, well, maybe if I get my taxes redone in a week. I don't know how you're gonna do that. but
I think you were in the office
I
when
was
that-
when that was like. By the way, that was also very well handled by our admin. Robin did a nice job, really nice job on that.
Awesome.
Anything else that you wanna cover during the
That's it.
status report? So we expect a written one next time, right?
Yes, you'll have a written one. We normally do that the middle of the month. We've been a little busy.
Yeah, you find something to do.
But chasing all of those inspections,
Oh, gosh, yes,
nice work.
very
Thank
nice.
you.
Um,
We have a great team.
I don't know if you had an opportunity to look at your email today.
I did.
I finally was able to dig in and start, so I have a headache. It's because I spent much of the afternoon and part of the morning watching a couple of our old meetings and trying to figure out what was being said, and so I could modify the
I am sorry.
minutes. If you want to take 1 or 2 of these, just let me know. You can feel free. And as you know, some of our meetings were a headache.
Yeah.
Others weren't. So, I don't know if you had a chance to look at the March 12th,
Yeah, I read through it, and I read through the 19th as well.
and did you have any suggested changes?
No.
Oh. Then I would entertain a motion that we approve the minutes of individually, March 12th.
Motion to approve the minutes of March 12th.
I will second that.
Aye.
Vote on it. Aye. March 19th,
Motion to approve the minutes of March 19th.
I'll second that.
Aye.
Submit a copy, we're supposed to put an approved date on them now, right?
Oh.
We talked about doing approved dates on them.
9/3.
I'll put notes with approved dates
Okay.
and then send them over to
You sent to Ellen?
the clerk's office.
Thank you for doing
I'll send
that,
it
but
to
I'm not
everybody else.
volunteering right now.
I didn't think anybody would want to, I didn't want to volunteer for that. We just had started to fall further behind.
I know.
And I was
Thank you with that. I don't quite have enough minutes left in the day
Yeah.
right now.
Not enough minutes to do minutes?
Uh-uh.
Okay,
I'm in prime time now.
yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Actually, I need to add August 13th to that list. And then
Yes.
I'll add today, September 3rd.
If we're still behind in October, I'll be able to take some off.
I shouldn't be far behind by then.
We'll see.
I set up a assembly line, so I have all of the minutes, and then I open one up, and then I fire up the YouTube or Facebook and put it on 1.5 or 1.75, so everything gets set a little more quickly, and I get through the meetings instead of 2 hours, I get through in an hour. If I find something that's either inaccurate or, which, there's not a lot of inaccuracies,
No.
there's just a lot of things that were not easily understood, so
Yeah.
were skipped.
Yeah.
So I added some stuff.
Yeah, they kind of require us to go
Honestly,
through.
Danielle
Yeah.
does a fabulous job
Absolutely.
of putting together the first draft of those minutes, because sometimes it's, even, I was sitting there and I would go, what did we say?
There was one I did that was like 4.5 hours long, and I must have listened to it 3 times. So
Yeah, well, it gets off.
not good.
It gets, yeah.
yeah,
Thank you, Danielle, wherever you are.
yeah. Greatly appreciated.
Oh, I couldn't appreciate that more. Do we have invoices, expense vouchers, billing errors, or anything to sign today?
Just one thing, and I know you have to come in for that, but I don't know if that's.
So is it dated tomorrow?
It has no date on it.
Let's leave the date.
Yeah.
Sarah can sign it today, and I can bring it in and sign it tomorrow, and and it's for one of the chapter lands.
Yeah.
And we can talk about chapter land in public, so what address is this one?
47 Prospect Street.
Oh, perfect.
I have 2 of the ones that
This
have
is it.
received rollback invoices that are going to make payment on that, and those properties did not have a lien nor an application. So we won't let them go back into chapter land until 27 at this point, because they didn't
It hasn't
file.
happened yet.
The deadline went by.
Oh, we talked about one.
Was that one of the ones that got
prior meetings, and
extended?
that was the-
What's it?
Go ahead. That was the one you were bringing up. I just interjected.
You could interject.
There was one that we were asking about that we extended the time because they said they were going to catch up. Did they catch up?
Well, we extended it to 2026, so we're not gonna do
Yeah.
that right now. so.
And we've already missed, they missed the deadline.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Again.
And I don't know if
Okay.
he's made the payment yet, but there's another one that is gonna make a payment. So
Okay.
well, it sounds like 2 people are at least gonna do that, so that's good at least.
I'll come in tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll get that notarized.
I think this is the end of them too, so,
Oh, that's great.
yeah. And for anyone that hasn't responded, I brought them properties back to
Yep.
full value,
Absolutely.
which is part of some of the growth that we've had.
Also, it makes me really happy that if there was supposed to be a lien on them, they're complying.
Yeah.
The town puts aside, gives up revenue
Yeah.
for that right. So it's good that we're exercising it or making sure it's enforced.
Well, it needs to be.
Town doesn't exactly give up revenue,
No, well, there's a break
but
on chapter
other
land.
properties in town pick it up because our tax lien doesn't change. I'm just trying to be cautious
Yeah,
about
you're
how
right,
we
you're right,
talk
you're
to
right.
people
No, you're
about
right.
their taxes.
So other people are paying more
Other people are paying more than they should.
because
Some
those
of these
properties.
have a reduced value.
Yes.
And they don't have a lien so we don't have any leverage. The
No, I
town has-
appreciate that correction. Thank you.
Sorry.
No, it's good.
We
That's what
often talk about.
people need to hear that.
Oh, look, we have all this additional revenue. No, it's not.
No,
additional
it's not revenue.
It's just we're spreading it more fairly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other
The
people are
burden.
paying that.
We're all paying it.
It does need to be
Yeah.
fair, because everyone else sends in their application. And right when we've started this new process, when we send out the applications, we include a whole write-up that is on the state's website.
About
With
the
all the
61A,
instructions.
61B, 60.
Mhm.
Yeah, is one for each clause and everything that they're supposed to do. Submitting the application, the lien, and I'm going to make up a spreadsheet for chapter lane, all the clauses, like I did with all the exemptions. I want to do that so that it's clear, because there is so many different factors with each one.
Yep.
I want to have it all together, so when someone comes in, okay, you need this, this, and this.
No, recreation, look here.
Yeah.
Oh, agriculture, look here.
Even for us too, it's a lot of information. When Robin first started, she said, it's like overwhelming, and it is. It just needs, there's a lot of information. So that's on my list of things to do.
Anything else needs to be signed, reviewed?
No, that's it. I did want to mention, I did make contact with Randy Mercier. He's actually going to come in on, I believe it's the 24th.
Oh, good.
And we're going to start the billing. We want to put the exemptions in in Vision, so that we don't have the duplication efforts in Munis. I'm not sure what's going on with that bridging issue. I think he was trying to sort that out. And
2 years now.
Yeah. And we are now Robin's going to be doing the billing. So I really hope that we can keep him on board, because I don't think it's going to go smoothly. I've talked to other assessors that have the cloud version, and they had a lot of issues last year, and with no bridging issues. So I don't anticipate it being.
Right.
I don't know how long the town's contract is with Munis.
It ends in December. Oh, I'm not sure about Munis, but
Vision.
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 Randy Mercier. I'm not sure.
Oh, sorry, Randy.
Randy. His ends in December, but I think he's well worth whatever it takes.
Because Munis is Tyler, right?
Yeah.
There's also the other end, which is OpenGov. They do the same things.
Do they do billing though too?
Yeah.
Tax billing?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know what their rates are, but
Yeah.
when I was at that GIS conference, they had like opposing booths,
Yeah.
and they do the same things,
Yeah.
except that OpenGov is, well, supposedly at some point they're going to try to have tax parcels within their system so that you can just upload to that system.
That would.
But they have no idea when they're going to do it. So like,
Oh.
it's like a
Pie in the sky?
purple unicorn.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, maybe there's hope there. I do need to mention to Izzy that we are not trained. So we have no idea how to do, we're doing everything from getting the file up until Mylene's doing the bill print. And Robin and I have no idea how to do any of
Right.
this, so we need some training. I don't think that's in Randy's contract to train, and frankly, he works with 22 properties. He did tell me, Linda,
22
22 other towns, not properties.
municipalities, yeah.
Municipalities, and he assists them with the billing. And everyone that I've spoke with raves about him, the bills going on time, any issues. I know in the past, Munis is just a nightmare. We had an issue with the motor vehicle commitment, and we called them and had to put a ticket in, and
Well, and before you, there were people who quit different positions because they didn't want to deal with Munis anymore.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I know that there's a lot of frustration, not even in this town, in other towns with Munis, so, but, so hopefully, he's well worth the money and things will go smoothly, and he deals with this every day, so he's gonna come in, he's gonna look at, he's gonna do a test so that we'll be ready in December, and then we're gonna get the exemptions in to Vision. That's something we're gonna start. so that we can avoid the whole duplication effort in Munis. It'll save a lot of time, because I know I spent a couple Friday nights,
Right.
Friday and night here last year,
Yes.
sorting out, or trying to sort out the issue with that.
Right.
So hopefully we can avoid that.
So getting into vision is less of a burden?
It's supposed to be much easier, and all you do is once it's in once it's in Vision, you just take the
Feed it
file,
over.
upload it,
Hmm.
and I guess there's one thing that you check off
Nice.
in Munis, and it'll automatically
Do it the right
export
way?
over. Yeah.
Okay,
So that's what we need.
that sounds
It appears to be
promising.
easy. Yeah,
Well,
so,
And my preference is always for us to work in Vision rather than
Yeah.
in Munis,
Mhm.
wherever possible.
yeah.
Because Munis is a financial system, it's got nothing. Munis is a financial system, and Vision is something that we as assessors
The
should.
appraisal system.
Yeah. So, the more work that can be done there, the better.
And we have the support with Vision. I can pick up the phone and call them and get a response right away.
Right.
Munis is totally different.
It seems less responsive.
Less
Okay.
responsive. Yeah,
Will be
so,
nice.
Yeah, last year didn't go well with the response time. And now Izzy is leaving, so I don't know what impact that's gonna have. He resigned last,
He submitted his
Monday.
resignation. What's his last day?
he will be leaving on the 25th, which is actually a Saturday, but he'll be
Of
finishing
September.
it. Of
Mhm.
October.
October.
Oh, October.
Yeah. But he's got a lot to do with year end and
Before the,
getting everything ready before
And the classification hearing's in November.
yeah,
November.
so he's,
So he's gotta be,
done with his
Prepped.
portion. Yeah,
and as long as he understands that that's inviolate. We were late last year because everything wasn't ready, and
Yeah.
we need to not be late this year.
do we have a land use director?
there's there's someone filling in that's part-time.
Okay.
I think she's from Pittsburgh, so,
Okay.
yeah. But I know that they're trying to hire, and then I know I think they're hiring for an assistant building inspector, because the admin is retiring. Lisa Snowmanden's retiring.
Yes, she
There's
is.
a lot of
October,
retirements.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
so,
Well, that was news to me. I had not been paying attention.
It probably ran rampant through town hall, and that's probably as far as I got.
but, yeah.
And as you know, you and I really can't speak through the week. Otherwise,
Very
it's,
true. Yep,
I guess we could have probably done that.
that's okay.
I'm thinking in retrospect, I probably should.
I'm good.
I just,
I probably wouldn't have picked up the phone. Just putting that out there. I had a very busy couple of weeks.
okay,
And that's it. I don't have,
nothing else going on in the office? So, have they posted Ezzy's job yet?
not that I know of, I haven't heard as of yet.
Are they going to think about getting an interim, like somebody back from, that used to do it?
I don't know.
Or somebody else?
I'm not sure what the plan is, if it's a consultant or,
Yeah, I guess
but
oh.
that's
the town manager will have to make sure it gets done.
Yes.
yeah, kind of important role, so
Yeah,
when I found out, I was like, oh no.
I had somebody that knew the town
Yeah,
already. It's my take.
yeah.
Anyway, okay. 2024 sales. Now you can pull
now I
out
have
the
the sales
report.
report. I only have one copy of this, but. So that's just an idea. So I was looking with some of the adjustments that,
So are these all
those are all,
qualified sales?
yes. Actually, wait a minute, let me look at that. It may not, maybe not be, I may have to
Because it'd be really good to have that information. I think,
Right.
I think that includes everything.
yeah, I think that was something we mentioned last time. Because there's
Yeah.
like one here that the percent changed like 0.14 or, yeah. I would just like to know
I can do another list.
the difference between, because your total assessed value and sales price.
And I'm hoping that I'll have that information from Vision. I'm actually going to be out of the office from the 8th to the 18th, through the 18th. So I'll be back on 22nd.
Did you want this?
whatever that Monday is.
I think it's the same one.
Oh, I think it is too.
It's the same report.
Yeah.
That I resorted and played with.
Yes.
It was in Excel format. Thank you.
No, I did mess around with it. I messed around with it and I was like, well, I want to know what's qualified and unqualified here.
That's the,
I
that,
can-
that,
That's really key.
needs to be one of the.
It should be
I can
one of the
get another-
columns.
I'll do another,
I know you can export those things from Vision.
yeah.
I just, I don't sit there with the software, so.
I can actually, they're so good, I can call them and we
I'll
have
do it
the,
Well, my guess is that you'll call them for a custom report and they're gonna go, oh yeah, we already got this one boxed up. But somebody else asked for it.
yeah.
Just as long as they don't send it to you as a PDF.
We do not
Yeah.
I'm
No,
tired of PDF.
that's hard to, actually, it's,
Excel.
this version is a PDF, but the Excel is what I
Right.
can.
Exactly.
I can actually upload
Yeah.
it as Excel.
Right.
But the old versus new, we're going through that. I already had Robin start looking through that and kind of highlight stuff. And that's one thing that we're gonna check, and that needs to be done every year.
Yes.
Just check. That whole situation in 2023 could have been avoided if somebody looked through that, so.
Yeah, that's why we keep asking for
Yeah.
those.
And that's why the select board keeps asking when they go to the classification hearing.
Yeah.
So, anybody here gonna get really whacked?
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
if I'm gonna harp on something, it's gonna be that.
Yeah. Well, rightfully so, but we have been, that's been something that I've been concerned about. So I'm anxious to get back feedback from Vision because I was looking at some of the old versus new and it looks like, you know, I don't know what they're projecting. At one point it could be between 8 and 9% increase, which seems like a lot. Last year was like 6 on the average, but
Yeah.
the sales,
I don't know. My house has increased a lot
Yeah.
in the past just 4 or 5 years.
so
That's just how things are going.
other towns have gone up more than 10%, so it,
Just,
but, I
I'm
don't-
thinking, in the past 4 years, my house has probably gone up like 40%.
yeah, it's crazy.
My land and
But your
house.
taxes haven't.
No, the value of my house, but my taxes haven't gone up that much.
Right.
Well,
They've gone up.
they've gone up, but not
They've
not by
gone
that
up.
amount.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right.
And I don't think
That's-
you have, and you don't
I think
have a
I'm-
discount.
No, I think I'm around 28% increase.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Nice.
yeah.
but no, we will be checking that, and anything that's a red flag.
And the other thing that
I have not plugged that into an Excel sheet, so.
when we do the classification hearing, one of the things that I would really like to focus in on is anybody who had a significant change in their taxes by more than, some percentage, whatever the percentage is, we'll pick one.
Yeah, and you have the sales right here that
Yeah.
shows the percentage.
Yep.
I bet you can get that whole file
So
printed and.
you want to focus, do you want,
We'll focus in on, we're gonna have we'll have an estimated tax amount, tax rate.
yeah,
And where someone's, based upon that, where someone's total tax package goes up significantly, we'd really like to highlight those. There are gonna be a few that probably go down because, something happened to the property. But there'll be some that go up a lot, and that was one of the questions that was asked 2 years in a row by the select board, and we were almost ready to answer it. This time I'd just like to be right in front of it.
okay.
So,
Do you want the list of the properties?
Yep,
Yeah,
A detailed list of?
yeah.
Yeah, and we're gonna, I think, obviously, we have to notify.
it's all public record.
It is public record, yeah.
Mhm.
but.
So,
But it would be easy, you know, in an Excel sheet, and then you can write a formula that flags a % increase.
or you can just sort them.
Or you
Yeah.
can sort it and do
Here.
it too.
Yeah,
And then you can, you know, not you necessarily, but several other people can.
Whole mess of ways to do that.
Yeah.
I can help.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
no,
I
but,
don't
So-
think Sarah can because she could, but she can't. She could do it, but I just don't think you have time, so,
Yeah.
some of these, like,
not to speak for you.
I know just.
That's
by
middle
looking at
age, isn't
them
it?
that
Yeah.
You can kind of tell. So a lot of them are new construction, but I will say on some of these
But those are
inspections,
just sales.
these are just sales.
Yeah.
On some of the inspections that we've done with the obsolescence, some of them have actually gone down because when we've gone out and inspected, there's been other things that have been addressed.
Right.
So just because these people had a discount, we did a thorough inspection of the property.
Yep. Perfect.
So, but there are some that will be impacted.
Okay.
All right, so I will get that list, a new list, qualified list. If you want, next time I can bring the old versus new, and we can go through
Well, that's
that.
probably, yep,
That's,
we start there.
yeah. That's probably a
If-
better report.
If it's old versus new as far as value is concerned,
Yeah,
then those should be, the ones that are the biggest difference should be the ones where the taxes are changing the most.
Mm-hmm.
So that.
that
that's
might
it.
be better to analyze that.
I actually like that
versus-
better, thank you for suggesting it, that's,
Mhm.
rather than saying, well, if your taxes were this,
Yeah.
if the tax rate is that. We
That
don't care
has
about
a
the tax rate.
percentage too on it.
Mhm.
I have that back at the office.
Yep. Fabulous.
Great.
Why does it feel like we're actually gonna be prepared?
I'm not saying that yet.
Well,
I need to see Torella's
well,
report.
exactly, we haven't gotten
Yeah.
the final.
And I still need to see the qualified, unqualified sales.
Right, right,
I
right.
will get
But you were busy, but we'll get that soon, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
next
looking
meeting.
forward, yes, and I'm looking forward to getting, because I keep looking at the changes and I want to know the percentage myself, and I don't know. I would be guessing.
The reason I was pushy in August about it is because my time grows shorter and shorter as September arrives, so,
I think there's a song in there somewhere.
yeah.
Well, that's why
I'm sure the Beatles wrote a song about it somewhere.
Oh, no, I was thinking back to something that Frank Sinatra. The days grow short.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you used to get mad at my school.
Oh, yeah, that too. Okay, we're on, I think, review of accomplishments for assessing report.
Did you have a chance to look at
I
that?
did. Did you get a chance to go through it?
I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I did. May I look at it?
Yeah, you can.
Actually,
That's what I
it
should-
generated questions.
Oh, yes.
It did.
Yes, I did read this.
One of the questions was, you hear, said generated policies and training procedures, but do we have a book of them someplace? Are they in a book someplace?
They're not in a book, but they're on the hard drive, and they're in a shared drive, so that,
Is that something you can point us to so we can go look
Sure.
at it?
yeah,
Because I actually think maybe we also ought to do a book or make it public somehow. I'm not sure exactly the best way to do that,
yeah.
but if we have written policies, we ought to have people be able to see what the written policy is,
Yeah.
including us.
I mean, I don't know if you want, we can put them in a binder. Our
It
goal,
doesn't have to be, I mean, it could be done electronically, I'm okay with that
Yeah.
for now. Maybe
I
we'll
mean,
find it, but-
then people aren't gonna understand some of the, like putting in abatement and munis, that's kind of what it is, the instructions to do.
Okay.
But it's there.
It's
It's
there.
documented.
So
If-
we,
If somebody wants to look 10 years from now, what they were thinking, it's there.
Yeah.
If you want to get certified for ISO 9000, you have to have written policies. And that's something that our former colleague would have mentioned. You don't necessarily have to actually be doing that. As long as you have the written policy, they don't check up to see if we're actually doing the policy.
Well, we
Now,
have,
from my perspective, it makes no sense to have a policy and not follow it.
Yeah.
right, yeah.
So, you know, but you could do that and still be ISO 9000 certified.
It is important because there was no policies, there was no instructions, there was no documentation. Now we have the
I think there was
documentation.
a notebook that had some things in it, and it didn't have everything in it, and it was,
You need to have the documentation just to keep the wheel turning.
Yeah. And then if somebody leaves, at least there's instructions on what to
it's always
do.
leaving, right?
No,
Yeah.
Okay.
hopefully not. I don't want that. I'm just saying,
Don't be saying that.
at least, no, don't.
It's making me very uncomfortable.
But in the event that somebody else, even if somebody else needs to do it, we can go to our
Yeah.
OneDrive and it's right in there. And Robin's a fan of no paper, so she likes
Oh, good.
everything electronic. I tend to be like both, so
Oh, no.
I like to have
Oh, you
paper.
collect a lot of
You collect paper.
you
But
paper hoarder.
But I gotta tell you, sometimes paper is better, because at least you have it in the event that something happens.
Right.
So I like to have both.
I tend to have a backup.
It's always good. There is one thing with the website, we are starting to look at that. We're gonna put together a dummy website for you guys to look at before it goes public and make your
Okay.
comments. So we're gonna put it together. We're kind of working on it. Robin's working with Kara, and then I'm gonna work on adding some other stuff to it. And then once we get it all set, we want you guys to look at it and approve it.
Okay.
Honestly, that's what I thought we were gonna be doing for the last year and a half to 2 years, but
It didn't happen.
It-
Well, it did
Well,
happen.
it became too bulky and it was too high in the sky and it wasn't executable.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can actually put something together that makes it easy for people to find stuff. And that it's easily updated. So I applaud the effort and keep going.
So that's coming.
Nice. Okay, that was my feedback from there. I think even today you talked about some more things that you were doing that you could add to this list of stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, I do remember reading this.
So, yeah, no, this is a great
Yeah,
list of.
It's a great, it's great.
Well, I wrote this just because I think some days your head spins when you think of everything. You go in the
Oh,
office
right.
and what I walked into.
Is functional obsolescence on here?
Uh,
I don't remember now.
That might be,
I don't think it's on here.
let me see.
Keep going, keep adding.
Right, this can be added to.
Yeah,
Oh, yes, we had 131 total. So
okay,
that's on there.
okay.
So that one, we're actually starting to address that now. We do have land condition factors too, which is another directive that
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
I feel like that goes neighborhoods than the condition factors.
Right.
Yeah.
Because right now, the neighborhoods are site indexes.
Yeah, the,
And the site index neighborhoods factor in land issues.
Right.
most of the lakes have the land condition factors.
Yeah.
It's not, well, I can't say that a lot of them are in the lakes, but
Well, we have a lot of lakes.
we do have a lot of lakes. But there's some other properties too that,
Mhm.
and again, we need to come up with, like with dysfunctional and
Yeah,
economic obsolescence, there needs to be some standards for
yeah.
land condition. Actually, one of them,
So I'm all ears on what you come up with for that. Because like,
yeah,
just looking through those, like what constitutes a steep slope? Can we get a % grade?
yeah,
Stuff like that. Like, you know, my idea of steep is not the same as other steep.
right,
And
And who's gonna calculate that percent grade when they go out to the site?
right.
How do we do that?
you can bring me.
I know,
You know, make a triangle.
it's not that hard.
Yeah.
Just we need to get,
Yeah.
Well, for example, there was
Get the tremble.
some of the fire roads have really, really steep, and we noticed this last week. One side's flat, the other side is extremely steep,
Mhm.
and we were kind of looking at those because they have that condition factor, and that should remain.
Mhm.
Well, for
Yeah.
some.
Some of them, it should remain.
Yeah.
Others that don't make any sense, they have no comments. It's the same thing as the other.
Well, and you're seeing that, and you're probably putting it on their cards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
So-
gonna
Yes.
what?
Go ahead, finish.
I was gonna say that's gonna really help when you go to define that.
Yep.
Yeah,
You can pull out the cards. See, paper.
yeah, yep. And even having, like the 10% for commercial influence and for the railroad tracks, that should apply to,
Anybody that has
yeah,
Mhm.
proximity to the railroad tracks.
Yeah,
so.
and that's why you can
The
use a
question is how
map.
proximate to the
Yes.
railroad tracks?
How proximate to railroad tracks? How close to the busy road?
Yeah. Half a house in another town.
Yeah.
Half a house. in-
But that's not a
But
land,
that's-
that's not a land condition, but,
Honestly, when
Yeah.
that whole thing happened in 2023, that's the granular information people are looking for.
yeah.
And didn't
It
exist.
doesn't exist, yeah. Yet,
We're working on it, we're
getting there.
starting the list, and there'll be other stuff that we can add at least, but I figured while we were going through this,
Mhm.
okay, well, we're gonna start it, and
Yeah.
then come up with some standards.
Mhm. Like
Okay.
roads, Mass Dot and this, and has done, they have a whole site where they have done their surveys and then they have projections. And they classify the roads based on like artery, smaller road, smaller sub-artery, local road. And so that could really help with that traffic part too.
Right.
So that does exist and is out there. Now, they don't do traffic surveys every year, so the way they come up with the data in between years is based on the population growth they see around, and they do a calculation to think about how much more that has increased if they haven't done it.
Could they do our neighborhoods?
No.
MassDOT?
Or CAI,
Yeah,
somebody, a
that-
company like that?
So that's the Department of Transportation. That-
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but with the
Yeah,
roads.
but they have,
But that's
they
just
have the
roads.
surveys
Yeah.
and the data.
Yeah,
So someone looking at that data could go, well, that's what I'm gonna call a heavy traffic road.
right,
That's
that's a
what-
starting point.
That's what I'm gonna call a medium, medium, a low.
Yeah,
Yep.
And, well, if you had your own GIS, you could just plug that in.
yeah. I was just thinking, it's just, this good. I mean, it's just too bad.
Yeah.
It's too bad that we couldn't find somebody that can do that, take that data and somehow do our neighborhood review. At least that first step, that would be great.
Well, I strongly feel it has to be a combination of somebody, or a pair, like somebody with those skills
Yeah,
and somebody with the assessing understanding.
foundation.
Because the two separate are gonna make errors that just,
Yeah,
yeah. So, I hope,
well,
yeah.
I really think that we need to, when we do get the findings, if we do get a company, we really need to go through.
Or if there's things that, somebody like that could make as a visualization, then a person could go and look and say yes, and then they could upload it and adjust it.
Yeah.
Right.
That would
That would be
work.
great if
Yeah.
that was public. Is that public information that we could get access to?
Mhm.
Because that's probably.
I looked that up and it was on MassGIS.
Okay. I'll have to call CAI.
Yeah.
Not what?
Call CAI and see if maybe they can. But you said it was the Mass, what was it again?
Department of Transportation.
Okay, I'll do some research.
So that should be a resource that CAI already uses, but
Yeah.
I don't know that.
So, I guess I just don't know what the fee per each of those things is gonna be for you. Which is why I have opinions.
Right. Okay.
That seems very helpful though.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
did get a electronic copy of our neighborhood from CAI, the
Mhm.
whole map.
Oh, the current map?
Yeah, I couldn't reduce it, no matter how many times I tried. I found a smaller version of it, and that is actually being included in the the package, the bidding package.
Oh,
So if you need a copy of that, I got an electronic version of it.
that'd be great.
Yeah.
Send them over. Cool. 41A warrant income for limitation increase. I didn't get a chance to write it up. I'll write it up in the next week or so.
Okay.
And we can review that whenever our next meeting is, which we'll be talking about later. It's simple enough though, right? What would you like to put up there for I know, it's one of those, we have to pick a number, or an index of some kind. Like, it's income related, so we could do something that was very similar to the thing we just did, based on circuit breaker.
Yeah, I think that would be reasonable.
Well, that was my initial thought, was circuit breaker, but I just didn't know if you had some other way we could. I'd rather index it because I don't want to have to reset it every couple of years, because we'll start.
No, it would be good to have it tied with whatever circuit breaker is.
And it may not be, it may be for circuit breaker times 1.3 or times 0.7, I don't care, as long as it's tied to it.
What are other people doing for that?
I can find out. I mean, a lot of people don't.
Nobody, very few towns are using 41A much, but if we could find anybody that was using it tied to some index,
Yeah,
then that would make sense.
that would be helpful.
And, the index in Concord might be different from the index in Athol.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we could get the range, and
Right.
it's hard for me to just come up with a number. I would prefer it to be tied to something like that.
Circuit breaker is just a high income level too.
Well,
Mm.
we have our current 41A is a very low income level,
Yeah.
and it should be something much more reasonable, but I don't know what reasonable is for this community. And maybe we take a look at the average income in town and
I mean, it's particularly
take
low.
the top 10, the bottom 10%, or the bottom 15%, or the bottom 20%, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, because it's very low, especially with the inflation that we've been
Oh,
having.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, our current one? Oh, yeah, it's,
It's
that's why we're gonna address it, because it's
yeah,
obscenely low,
it's
so. Okay, I'll propose something. If you can find out what any other towns that might be using 41A are using, if they are indexed to something.
I will. I'm going to an ATB case hearing tomorrow. Not a hearing, but like a class.
oh
A
okay.
hearing class.
I was like,
tomorrow.
what?
What was
Yeah.
on today?
That was just a appraisal,
Mm.
whole change that's coming. It was a continuing ed thing.
Mm.
So that was very informative, but we, when we get appraisals, it's gonna be totally different than making major changes.
Hmm.
So we have to review them, it's gonna be totally different.
Okay.
So that was today, and then tomorrow, the Assessors Association, they have a little hour-and-a-half conference.
Oh,
And-
not at a location?
Yeah, it's actually gonna be at the Baroka Elks, and they're having their summer cookout, so there'll be a lot of assessors, so I should be able to ask that question.
Yes, ask around,
Which is
please.
good, that's where I get most of my information.
At the
And I always
Elks?
call at the Elks. Hey, it works.
But conferences are great for that.
They are, I tell you, there's just so much, just the networking and the information you get,
It's nice to not be isolated.
yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody, we have a great group of assessors, that are always willing to help, which is great, so. And they always have these conferences, which is just so helpful. That's how I got all this information out of the senior meetings.
Yep.
So, but I'll see what I can find for tomorrow. A lot of them don't do it, but I will find out what the income level is.
Is anybody doing a 41A?
Yeah. Perfect time to find that out, you got everybody there.
they'll be having a cookout. So let me say hello from us. Yeah, right. We don't know any of them. Master plan response. Yep. So, when's it due? October?
I mean, most of the things aren't things we do.
I know.
I think this is just one page.
But,
Protect farmland and support farmers.
yeah.
That's chapter land.
Well, we already, right, so we just say.
This is accomplished through chapter land.
And we are reviewing the chapter land use in town.
You want, can I write on, this is the only copy?
Oh, I didn't send it electronically? I thought I got it
Well,
electronically.
this has the 3-hole punch in it, so I think you gave me that, I don't want to write on it.
No, write on it. I thought I
Okay.
sent it to you electronically though.
Okay,
If I didn't, I will.
I thought I saw it.
And then
You
I
probably
think I
did.
did. I think I sent it over. But I'll-
I think it was around the previous meeting time.
do you want to go
the
through
day
it now?
before the previous meeting.
Okay.
You want to try to write something up now, or do you want,
You want to do it now?
well, you're gonna be away tomorrow.
I'll be there till 2 tomorrow at the office.
Yeah. Because I have to come in and sign something anyway. We can sit down.
Okay.
Do
And go
you have
through
some
it.
time tomorrow? Can you set some time aside so that we're not getting
I can, what time can you come in?
interrupted?
I've gotta
Well,
try to go through and get all my maps,
If,
my map updates done.
what time's the clerk's office open? Because I have to get
Yeah.
notarized.
Well, she opens, I know they close,
They close for a while in
1
the
to
middle of the
3.
day.
Yeah,
Oh, so,
so.
1.
You
So they're
wanna-
open till 12 to 1?
12 to 1. She
Okay, I'll
closes
come
at
in
1.
shortly afternoon. If you could set some time aside, we can work on that as well.
Okay,
If
do you
that's
wanna,
okay with you.
do you wanna come in at 12? Will 12 work?
It'll be a little bit after, probably.
Okay. All right, it shouldn't take us long, because I.
I'm totally fine with you doing that. Like, I looked through
I'll
it.
let you
and
know what
it's-
it is.
I mean, support a range of housing options for all ages and income levels, that's
planning.
that's not really their board of assessors, but that's not
Yeah.
us.
They're just trying to see who can help with what.
No, but we can also talk
Yeah.
about, in something like that, we could talk about the fact that we are using exemptions
Yeah,
To assist, yeah.
to
Yeah.
help people stay in their homes or
Yeah.
be in their homes. So,
So, supported to the extent possible.
right, within our purview.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, that was a lot of great work Jack pushed.
yes, I thank you.
Yep.
A lot.
okay.
GIS mapping,
Yeah. I made a
are we ready for that?
I made a short thing. I really did keep it short. So GIS is Geographic Information Systems. It's taking layers of data, putting them on top of each other, but then using tools to help look at the data and visualize it better. But it also now is a really powerful outreach tool. So I wanted to show you on the second slide here all the things people have already thought of and come up with apps within GIS to use. So there's agriculture parcel analysis. So you can look at the parcels and compare among them. There's address data management to make sure things are right. If you look all the way to the end, on the upper right, equitable property value and tax parcel management, right here. I didn't want to do a billion slides,
Yeah,
but if you just type in,
that would be helpful, like tax parcel
Yeah.
data management, that's what we need.
so these are all pre-built applications within a mapping platform called ArcGIS. There's other mapping platforms, but honestly, those other ones require people to know code. This does not require people to know
So this
code.
one's called
ArcGIS, yeah.
ARC.
Yep. GIS. So these are all solutions that have been to common problems people need solutions for in assessment. And once you buy a subscription to that software, you have those solutions.
Oh,
They're already available to you.
You just have to import the data,
Okay,
okay?
that would be great.
And that can be done with an Excel file,
Okay.
okay? There's a little, there's more to it. When you have an Excel file, you have data in columns and rows. And the data that's in columns are all of the attributes that go with those first 2 points in the row, which are going to be an X and a Y, your location on the Earth. And that location on the Earth is what makes it geospatial. And all the fields are all the stuff attributed to that one spot on the Earth. So like a house is actually going to be a polygon versus of a point, but you just dump all the data that goes with it on there. So that's how CAI is able to pull up the card. They have all that data and they've organized it into this nice looking feature to pop up. Vision does the same thing. That's how that works. And so it's a visualization. So I put this in terms of like how it could be useful within the office.
Yeah.
Like it has those tools available to you. So like if you have an Excel file and you upload it, you have to mess around in the fields to get it to display what you're looking at, the question you want to ask and answer, but then it's there for you. And if you put it into a map, you can export it as an app, post a link to it on your website, and everybody in town can see what you want them to see. Okay, so next slide, really quick. I just put at the top, less paper equals less time used, which equals perhaps more time available for the other things you have to do,
Yeah.
like
All the,
All the,
You know,
all the inspections.
and so like the first step would be decide what data you need to collect for assessments. So instead of having to come out with a notepad and multiple pieces of paper, write everything down and then have to transfer it later, you could decide what data you need to have, put it on this app that
on your phone.
exists on your phone called Survey 123. You open the link to it, you type in the information, you click submit, and now it shows up on your computer within the application. So, like, is it Robin who goes out and does all that?
No, Denise.
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 Why does that backwards in my
Yes.
head? I'm sorry. Sorry, Denise. Sorry, Robin. Could go out and have that. Or if you know you're not going to have internet connectivity for that, you could use ArcGIS field maps. And you could pick the locations you want to go to, and you just tap on it, type it in, and then you come back to the office and you sync it, and that information is there. And you could export that information also in an Excel file if you need to, and a couple other types of files, and then upload it into Camma if you needed to do it that way. I mean, Vision.
That would be a time savings, like they do that even with the appraising.
Mm-hmm.
They do, people go out with iPads
Yeah.
and they draw out in the field with the iPad.
Mm-hmm.
And then they automatically sync it and it
Yep.
exports it.
Yeah.
You
So
don't have an iPad or
No, and I
a,
need,
a tablet.
I don't, and I need to get another laptop because the one that I have in the office updates. I don't want to remove it because our maps automatically update every week
Mhm.
from there, every Monday, and so I need to. I've been using my own, and I cracked the screen this week, so it's,
So, here, go ahead.
that booklet right there, if you had a chance to read it, shows a lot of different ways people have used it in assessing.
oh good.
So I didn't go into great detail on that.
No, that would be good, and I don't know if that's something that even CAI, since we're involved with them, I know that the new flood maps were gonna be updated. They're gonna do
So
that, so maybe there's something that they can update.
I'm sure they could. They use that. This is the same software, but they are running it as a company. So for the thing, if you want more than what they're outputting, it'll be additional costs. So
Right.
should evaluate whether it makes more sense to have your own for certain things
Right.
or to go to them. And I don't know what we're contracted to, but like if you go to their site and you look up Lunenburg, there's there's a login opportunity if you click on it. If you are given, you can be given viewer access to certain things, or I forgot it. It's a not developer access. Whatever. There's like 5 layers of stuff that user types that you could be, and if an option is to pay for a login in there to access the stuff and do some things yourself that you can then export, that might be cheaper.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But it's the same software, and I do know how all of that part works. So if you had a login, that would work. MassGIS, if towns had a login into MassGIS, it's the same thing. You could then take that information, put it in your own org, or use it within that org if you have certain permissions, and do the same stuff.
That would be helpful. No, we had that near map subscription and that we didn't renew
Yeah.
that. It's just because there were so many people using it, but that would be good to integrate it.
Yeah.
And if we could do it with them. Vision, actually, I called Data Scout, which is the company that was at that training that I had gone to last fall. And they have quite a nice program. So I'm waiting on a cost for that. It sounds like a lot of similar stuff.
It is. I actually was at the Nearmap booth when I was there, and there's some other things I'll mention here that might be some similar things. It actually would be easier to do this like in a workshop and tour and show you things, but like this is what we got for now. So I was just saying, like, decide what you need to collect, you make a digital map, and then you can upload that information in real time, and that's like slide 4 here. You would, whatever you're putting in on your phone from Survey 123, or you're putting in your field map and uploading, it would go to ArcGIS Online. And that, if you have a map and you put a link on it and click share to public, you can share with everybody. That's not always the best thing to do, because people don't know what they're looking at until you work on it or whatever. But that's where, like, let's say you do come up with a neighborhood map and you want everybody to see where they're classified. You could have an app where people click on the color, the neighborhoods are attributed by color. And they click on the purple and they go, oh, I'm in the purple one, and that means this, and I'm on the pink one, or whatever colors you want. And that is an instant app. And it's just simple. You configure from ArcGIS Online your map. You click a button that says instant app, and it takes you through how to configure it.
Yeah, that would be great.
So that would be really easy. You click the button, you have a link, and now you can put it on that website that you're designing. And I put an example, the previous visual map of the neighborhoods. And these instant apps are also all of those things you saw on slide 2 as potential solutions. Those are apps people made to handle many of the visual communication issues and stuff. And then you could actually get feedback from people. It could be this group right here giving feedback about what we, like, let's say you reclassify slope. You could show us all the slopes of the whole town. Or we want to look at lake communities, and we've noticed there's a 1A, 1B, 2, and the locations don't seem to make sense. You could show that visually here, and everybody could see it and tap on it, and not rely on having to print all of these documents and tape them together and stuff like that. So that could be really helpful. And so you could make a survey, publish the results online, and then if you wanted to, you could certainly show us here, but if you wanted to, if you're in ArcGIS Online and you have an account, there's this thing called Hub, which there's a hub just for assessment that organizes all the common things people use as a web page, and then you just put your fresh data on there and link, and the whole community could see that information if you wanted them to.
That would be good. Do they have any kind of a workshop coming up just so that we could go to it? Is there anything that?
Yeah, there's a Northeast Users Conference that happens in Falmouth every year. It's October 20, I think it's the 25th to the 28th. there's a conference fee associated with it.
What was it, Northeast?
Northeast, it's NEARC, N-E-R,
Anyhow.
N-E-A-R-C. I can send you a link to it.
Yeah.
You don't have to look that up. And then also, if you wanted to monitor what's going on with all of your different parcels as they're getting uploaded, you could make something called a dashboard. And so you could see, oh, I've done 400 here. I need to do 200 more to get to my goals of 10% of everything. Here's how many I have left to do. And you could see that. And you could also see where you've gone. And so you could see where else in town you want to go to. Like when you were trying to get to make sure all of those inspections were done and people were notified in advance.
No, the cyclicals.
The cyclicals, you could have, if you had this, you could go, okay, they're going on these streets, and you could highlight the streets, and you could send that map with the affected parcels out to people. Or you could find all of the people on that street that would be affected, get an Excel spreadsheet of the list, and then like, I don't know, what is it, mail merge, and just
Oh, yeah.
and send it all out. So those are just some like quick and easy. But then if the town actually did something like this, there's a lot of collaboration that could happen across. Like I feel so bad when I hear that like the parcels from planning didn't get over to you.
Yeah, we don't receive any. We have to look them up ourselves.
Yeah. And then also like when the deeds weren't that great, like there's a parcel reader now that like it takes the deed, it finds the verbiage that it talks about it, and then it inputs it right into the system. And then you can look at it, make sure it's right, of course, and then you're done. Like that's so nice. And I don't know if there's an electronic link yet with Worcester deeds, but like
That would be great if we could just.
yeah.
I have like 3 of them
That'd be
that
interesting to
we.
know.
Yeah. It was really amazing. I did not know that existed, and that's amazing. But you can also get satellite imagery of parcels. You can there's several companies that link with this software that you can say, well, I see you're doing an aerial view over the town in the next month or so. Ooh, I want to purchase that, and you purchase it with credits that you get within the organization. And now you have it, and you could get historic imagery that way. And you could compare and contrast and see when things were built, which is what Nearmap is doing. It's using that satellite imagery that they've been paying for, and then
Yeah, and update.
Yeah.
Oh, we can see somebody put a deck on.
yeah.
That's one good thing.
But you know, like conservation could see infringement on conservation areas that way.
Yep.
Yeah.
You could see unpermitted development that's occurring. Certainly, you'd probably be spending a lot of money if you're doing it on a weekly basis, but like on an annual or even quarterly basis, that could be helpful, especially if you can get it right around the time that you need to close the books.
Okay.
It would be great to know what it would cost, because I do think
Yeah.
it would be helpful.
Oh yeah, I got that right there.
Oh.
Street traffic results from traffic surveys that have been studied can be viewed on there, and there's some things that you can do to look at it.
State surveys, federal surveys, town surveys.
Anybody who's published the data
Really?
online, you can upload it.
So does
I can get
everybody-
real-time data of hurricanes coming across.
Sure.
Like
But the street traffic results,
it's
do they publish, do most people publish it? and share it?
MassDOT has a whole
Okay.
set of streets. So it depends on who shared what, that's true. But MassDOT is online with that
So is there
information.
an incentive for people to share?
This would be great even for other departments, because the storm drains, sewer
Right.
Yeah,
conditions.
That's what she was getting at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Sarah was getting to.
it would,
Yeah,
it's reasonable.
Yeah.
Is there an incentive for people to share though? Because if there is, they'll do it. If there's no incentive, then nobody's gonna.
well, so I think in Massachusetts, we have MassGIS.
Yeah.
And I think because it's state funded by local tax dollars, they share a lot of their data
Oh, yeah, okay.
There's certain data that they restrict because of, 9/11 security and stuff like that, but it's out there. Like
Yeah.
I search a lot of this data. But like for stormwater runoff, the Stormwater Task Force and DPW have to follow the NIPD's permit. And to do that, they have to figure out illicit and they have to figure out a number of discharges coming in and out of sewers. But they also have to know where storm drains are, when they were cleared last and stuff like that, because sediment delivers a lot of phosphorus, which causes algae blooms and stuff like that. So all of, like most towns, they have to map all their storm drains, they have to inspect their sewers on a regular basis. There are some towns that they put a GPS on their snowplows, and you can track the snowplow.
I don't think we have that.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. But like big cities do stuff like that,
Right.
and you can track it in real time. Like there's tons of environmental data that you can get, but that's not this topic here. But you could get tree canopy, and you could find out where in town, like, we don't have a lot of trees, and if we wanted to become, say, an arboretum area in some part of town, or something, a tree America, there's all sorts of stuff you could do with trees. You could find that stuff and put it in. Not our purview.
Right.
So the cost for online only, it comes with all the things I just mentioned. It's $2,200 per year, and additional users are $400. So,
2,200 is the first user.
yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then any additional, so if
Yeah.
planning used it, or we had, if our department had it.
Yeah.
That's fairly inexpensive.
It
But-
is.
Once you made the
Yeah.
initial inspection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are more complicated things that you can do with Arc Pro, but like if we wanted to put out maps easily and apps for people to see as you're updating neighborhoods or updating something, like this would be a really cheap option.
Mhm.
Now, you can see like a user's $400, right? You can call up the CAI and say, what if I want to be a user on here? Because the way it's organized within an ArcGIS Online is it's, just drew a box. There are people who are users and they can look at the data and maybe share the data. But then other things within a whole organization are divided into individual groups. So they could have, and CAI, and I don't know this, but they could have a group that says Lunenburg. And if they want to give you access to your Lunenburg data as somebody who's going to do some work in it, they could add you to that group, and then you could peel the layers out. But I don't know if that's
An option.
an option within a company. MassGIS, I don't know if they do that, but it's all the same structure
Yeah.
inside that large organization. So I wanted to point that out to you because I think,
No, that would be helpful. And
If-
we have a great relationship
Yeah.
with them, and it would be great if we could somehow link it with Vision too, because right now, the record cards, you know how we had that extra sheet in CAI? We had that one sheet that summarized
And they
everything.
didn't match Vision
Yeah.
because they were
Yeah.
updated different times.
yeah,
And we only update the cards
Yeah.
once a year,
Right,
which is a PDF that's stored. We'd have to pay for like the live membership, but
right.
they take that data from a
Yeah.
camera system. But it would be good if there was another option.
I mean, right now I actually administer an online organization, but it's a nonprofit. So I can't do that in the same org.
Yeah.
But that's definitely something, if you wanted to go that route, I could help you with for
Yeah.
quite a while.
Yeah, because just even the parcel value analysis.
Mhm. And so I just put this on
Data
paper,
management.
but you can actually go and type this online and look at some of the things. And you can probably get a trial login and play around with it to see if it's something you're interested in.
Well, and before we go that route, should we contact CAI and see if we can just become a user
That would be good,
Yeah.
if they
yeah.
have access to it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because then we wouldn't have the $2,200.
Well, also,
And the user fee is probably different because, you know, this is what they're charging.
Well, and they will probably charge you something for administering their work.
Right.
Because it is a lot of work, and there's credits that go into it and stuff like that. But you could also contact Mass GIS and see if that's a thing. It's a state-run agency.
Right.
But CII has already done all of that build of the site, so it would be good to see what they have within.
Yeah, I'm sure they must offer other options to other towns, because I know Vision, this company Data Scout,
Mm-hmm.
they sound like similar.
Mm-hmm.
They work directly with Vision and
Yeah.
integrate with their system, and they had a lot of different options with mapping
And there are several options.
yeah.
This is one I'm familiar with, so, and I just see it as a way to save you a lot of time. But if there's another option that's going to work great for you, you should do it. But I just would love to see you be able to have those visualizations without all the print and
Yeah.
taping.
We definitely need more automation.
Yeah.
Well, which
I mean-
leads me to something else that popped up while I was thinking about this whole thing. You don't have a tablet. Denise doesn't have a tablet.
Yeah.
I don't understand why, no. I think we should investigate how much it would be to have a tablet when you have to go out to do an inspection. Right now, you're doing paper, right?
We do paper.
And then transferring that somehow
Into a
into a
computer.
computer.
Yeah.
So if it were done on
Even
a
with just a
tablet,
tablet, that would be one less step.
It would be one
if it were
less step.
done once on a tablet,
Yeah.
it basically saved yourself some additional work.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And if that tablet were able to contact
Mhm.
your GIS, I'll
Yeah.
just call it GIS, because it could be anybody,
Mhm.
then that would save you a heck of a
It
lot
would.
more
Mhm.
work.
It would save a lot.
So it would make you much more efficient, and all this. We've made a lot of progress, we talked about that,
Yeah.
but we could make faster progress even, and be more efficient if we were actually able to do stuff
Yeah.
on our tablet, it automatically link it in.
And honestly, if you do something like this and you wanted to download an Excel file from Vision, you could then import it in here
Yeah.
and tweak everything.
That would be great. My thought process too is we have our cyclicals, we're gonna have to continue that at 10% every year.
Yeah, I would just
Forever.
love for you to be able to,
And
Forever.
why
Plunk it
not
in
try to
and-
do some
yeah.
of this in-house, we can save the tons of money. That,
What was the contract this year for,
I think it's gonna be 17,000 that we're gonna pay for 6
and
months.
for a couple of tablets and
If we could,
some training, obviously,
yeah,
and
also, I did not talk about this, but if you are in an organization as a user, they can turn on this online academy that teaches you how to do a bunch of those things. And it's free if you have that type of organization.
I wonder if they would come out and show us a demo. Do you think that's something they would do?
They
If
have
we
an
contacted
office.
them?
They have an office that you could reach out to.
Yeah,
I can send you an email.
yeah, that would be good,
Yeah.
because at
Where's
least
their
that way,
far away from here? or-
No, there's a northeast office. I think it's in Massachusetts, close to Boston, but I don't have it off the top of my head.
I was just curious.
Yeah. Their main office is in Redlands, but they have an East Coast office. And it's in this area. It's in the Boston area, but I don't remember.
That's
no, that would
fine.
be great, at least if they
Yeah.
could show us and we could,
Yeah.
I mean, we could even go through the CAI, well, the online,
Well,
to show them
if CAI
what
can
we
give
have.
us some of this functionality
Yeah,
for
Mhm.
a user fee, I'll
Yeah.
call it a user fee, and what would you charge? Let's say, they're getting charged $400, they have to do some work to it, but it's $1,000.
Yeah.
yeah,
Or even if they charge you $2,000, but then you have access to your data
yeah.
Right,
Well,
for the
what-
town, I think it's worth it.
Yeah,
right.
because
And-
right now we just have we don't really have much.
And if you have certain user rights to make certain things, that would be, yeah.
So, about a year and a half ago, I went to a presentation that was being done by CAI here.
Mhm, mhm.
and they were talking about all that kind of stuff, and I sort of tuned out because I knew we couldn't do it.
Yeah,
We weren't ready for it.
yeah,
And it was additional cost, but it wasn't huge
Mhm.
amounts of money, if I recall correctly, so.
Yeah.
Jen wasn't there, it was back when Heather was here, so she would know more about it, but, and Julie may remember some of it, but,
Yeah.
probably not that much, but I also don't remember that much of it. But it seemed to me they had a lot of what you were talking about as
yeah. I mean, I
capability.
teach this as a class to high school students.
Oh,
I am confident you can do it.
yeah. No, that would be great.
Yeah.
We'd be open to, we do need
So,
to work more efficiently.
you
and
need to check with CAI, see what they've got, check with Mass GIS, to
And-
see what they've got.
You also have, you have mentioned a couple of others.
Yeah,
So-
Data Scout, we put in a call to them too.
Yeah, so you
Just
might
to
want to have a
see.
conversation about their capabilities, and then you
Yeah.
can just
We can get some costs together.
weigh all of your options there.
Yeah.
And-
the
and bring
second,
it- yeah.
the second thing, after we've figured out that we definitely wanna go with somebody, I still, actually, we should do an investigation into what it would take to get a couple of tablets for
Mhm.
those of you doing inspections.
Yeah,
Because it doesn't, you have a computer, you don't have a town laptop though.
No,
So we're not asking for an additional laptop. We'd be asking for a tablet to be used
Mhm.
on site
Yeah.
inspections.
and that would be good to be able to use for the Zoom too, because,
Well, it'd be,
I mean, well,
and then you
next
could use it
meeting.
for all some
You
other
could
things.
use- but-
Yeah.
But the justification would be for,
yeah,
for if you're doing field work.
yeah.
yeah, right.
I don't know if there's any grants or anything that we could,
So first let's start the investigation.
Yeah.
We can start figuring out how to fund it later on.
yeah. We do need that, even,
Take it out of the overlay.
even measuring devices, I mean,
Yep,
I mean,
Denise
I,
uses a laser, I use a measuring stick. One day, I had to go out with the one that we have in the office, the measuring tape, which didn't have the end to clip onto anything. That was a nightmare. So we do need to
yeah,
definitely get,
a couple of things.
so just better equipment. We have,
sometime, and I'm not gonna put it on the next agenda, but you should come to us with a proposal for
okay,
what kind of hardware you need,
yeah,
because I think you need hardware.
we do.
Mhm.
We need to get, Denise uses her phone, I use my camera. We got some cameras. We couldn't, they were like cheap. We just need some quality.
If you have a
Quality.
tablet, they have a built-in
They
camera.
will.
That's the whole camera.
Well, and
We need the
there
technology.
are iPads these days that come with a GPS locator in them,
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
yep,
and they're not that much.
expensive.
right.
But yeah, I know, you know, we gotta take our budgets, but if you were able to do some of that in-house, it would reduce the number of hours you're chasing people,
Yeah. And I think
and
we're more
also the
efficient.
amount of contractor expense we have.
Yeah.
Right.
And
I
that
think
was
it's
my
a
thought.
save in the end. But it does take a bit in the startup to get that the way it needs to be.
Right.
But I'm looking at the cost of what we're paying Vision, and that goes up every year. So if we can start doing some of that in-house, granted Denise is only 19 hours, but even if we
Well,
discuss the
we'll probably have
possibility.
that discussion at some point in the future about
Mhm.
maybe more hours.
Yeah,
If we could do more hours, that'd be really useful.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not on the agenda, so I'm not
No.
talking about it
Yeah.
today, but we probably
Yeah.
should talk about that
Just something that,
sooner rather than later.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's essentially where all the growth is.
Mhm.
And it's amazing just getting out and inspecting, driving around. We see so much that,
Well, and imagine if Denise went out and had it all collected and didn't have to deal with a bunch of transfers in the office.
Right.
yeah,
The knowledge is already transferred.
yeah.
Right. Well, thank you for the GIS
Yeah, that's
summary.
great.
It was as short as I could make it.
Exciting,
No,
well,
no, it's good, and then
it's
just,
exciting to think we could actually automate and streamline some of this stuff. that-
I have been hoping that when they hire a land use director, that would be something that they bring on, but it's been a while.
Right. Anything else? Okay, postponed topics, the criteria for clause 18, we still need to keep that on the list. And that's the income levels for clause 18. We actually need to figure out how to put that together. We have had no one try, and I think one of the reasons is we don't have any guidelines, nobody really knows about it. So clause 18 would be great if we need it. We don't have it right now. Yeah. So I want to keep it on the list.
Yeah, okay.
I want to. The policies binder, we actually talked about the policies earlier.
I brought the binder in.
Mm-hmm, I remember
So
that.
we need to add the chapter land to that, because
Yep,
that's not in
yep.
that, and add some other stuff.
Well, and you said you have a lot of this stuff online
We do.
on the OneDrive, so,
It's very easy to just add it into,
right.
at least we've got a starting point with that binder, and Ron was kind enough
Right.
to share that with us.
Right.
Most of it's a lot of the modules and stuff
Mhm.
that he's added in, but there is no chapter land section there,
Hmm.
Right.
which, because
He doesn't have any.
in Everett, they don't,
Did
I
it?
don't think they have chapter land.
Yeah,
So,
that's different.
I can add the website
Mm-hmm.
also for a postponed topic if you want, because I'm
Okay.
not sure. We're kind of working with Carol and she has time.
And we took it off the list only because we needed to basically put a stake in the ground and say, here's our starting point.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's worthwhile to put it back on as potential. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? Upcoming meetings, this ought to be fun.
No,
So,
sorry.
Look at the
so,
calendar.
well,
Hmm.
Linda's not available from the 8th,
She said to the 18th,
18th.
right?
Yeah.
I'm not available from the 18th to the 22nd.
And I know the 24th was a conflict, so
Sarah had a problem with the 24th,
our next meeting will be the 1st in October, so.
maybe.
Yeah, I can't.
No, I know.
Yeah.
There's no way we could do one sooner, because you're gonna be gone, and there's no way we can do it
No.
through the 24th. We could do it on something other than a Thursday, if we had to. I mean, other than a Wednesday. But I don't know when that would be, because,
You just basically gotta count me out from the 24th to the 26th. It's just not possible for me.
um,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
that's okay. No.
So that's fine.
That's
The
okay.
29th.
And this,
yeah.
by the way, the reason we're having this discussion is there are only 2 members, we really had to have a quorum, and we really need a 3rd member. So anybody that's sitting here watching us do this, please consider submitting your name as a potential
We really need a
board
third
member
person.
on the
And we have
Board
a
of
great
Assessors.
Yeah.
We've gotten a lot of work done.
Yeah.
There's still a lot to do, as you can tell. So thank you, sorry, didn't mean to do the
It's
big
okay.
political announcement.
Oh. 29th or the 30th?
29th is a Monday.
It's a-
Monday.
It's Monday.
I have the 1st scheduled, but I can move that, October 1st.
Well,
Oh,
what's the difference between the 29th
There's
and
not
the
much
1st?
difference.
It's not,
That's
it's
fair.
not worthwhile, so let's just go ahead
Stick
with
with the first.
The
October
first.
1st.
And we will have an executive session, right, on that
We will
date?
need to have an executive session, because I hopefully will be reviewing
Yeah,
8 or more senior
senior
means
means.
And
tested.
we should have the report from Mr. Trillo.
We should by then, yes.
We hope, because it's
Yeah.
October.
I know they've been, I know they've been working on it, and we've really been pushing it. I'm
You know,
anxious.
if
you
it
hear-
comes out earlier, you can send it to us.
Yeah.
And we can review it, so we're a little
course.
more prepared.
If-
Yeah.
Actually,
If you hear anything that
Yeah.
says they're gonna delay, please let us know that
I
as
will.
well.
yeah.
Yeah, I have not heard anything, and I know that they've been actively working on it, and we've even had this surprise of these functional and economic
Mhm.
obsolescence adjustments too.
Yep.
Okay.
So we're gonna go ahead with October 1st as our
Okay.
next one. How
Okay.
about October 15th? Is that a problem for anybody?
No.
Okay. We'll leave the remainder of them out there and let's see you on the 1st.
Yeah.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Is there anybody from the public on? I don't see
No.
anybody.
No, it's just us participating.
Any further board comment?
No.
Nothing else?
No?
Then I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
8:25, according to that clock. You can shut off.